Morning everyone. Haven't done a video for a while, so I thought I would do one. Just heard something that was quite inspiring to me. Had a bit of an aha moment and I thought I'd share it with you. Now it's a story I'd heard before, it's told in a slightly different way, but and you may have heard it, but I'm gonna tell it again, and it's really about the message after that. So you can imagine then that a teacher stands at the front of a class and he brings out a £50 note in his hand, and he asks the class if anyone would want that £50 note, and of course everyone's hands went up. And so he said, okay, what happens if I screw this up into a tight ball? Do you still want that? And everyone was like, well, of course. And he says, okay, what? And then he threw it on the floor and he starts stamping on it and scuffing it, making it all muddy and almost ripped up. And he hands it up again. Said, who still wants this? And everybody said yes. You know, and the metaphor there is, I suppose, that no matter what you do to that £50 note, unless you literally burn it so that it doesn't exist anymore, it's still worth £50. And if you really kind of change that £50 to a human being, you start to understand that no matter how down and out you feel, no matter how, you know, whatever you've been through, if you can't afford the right clothes, if you come from a broken home, you know, you're still worth just as much as the person that comes from that house. And I think it's become more and more apparent as we watch TV, read those magazines and the media, and see all of these people becoming celebrities and having all of these material things, that I think a lot of young people especially are mistaking their intrinsic value with external value. Now, it kind of doesn't matter whether or not you believe it or not, but every human being has innate value by their very nature at a very deep level. And we're all connected. And you can't, I mean, here's the thing, there's nothing wrong with external value. There's nothing wrong with becoming more valuable through what you know, what you've learned, what you've earned, and wanting to achieve things and setting goals. And there's nothing wrong with coming from a wealthy background. That's not your fault. But people, especially people that I work with, clients, they mistake their own value, their intrinsic value, with external value. In other words, if they do not have all of those material things, or the right job, or the right relationship, or the right clothes, or the right this, or the right that, they somehow mistake that for the fact that there is no value on them, there's no value in them, there's no intrinsic value there. And what I want to get across is that who you really are has got nothing to do with any of that stuff. And when you connect with that higher place, you can feel happy now. You can feel wealthier than some of the richest people in the world. Money's great, there's nothing wrong with it. But I guarantee you that money does not bring you happiness. Money does not give you self-worth. And there's a danger that actually you're missing the point. If you're only focusing on those things, if you want status, if you want to be famous, if you want the money, go for those things. But if you think that's the thing that's going to make you happy or give you the fulfillment that you seek, then you're going to feel just as empty when you've got them as when you are now. You've got to love yourself. It starts within you. It's an inner thing. And then when you learn to love yourself and realize that you are valuable by your very nature and that you are part of the whole, then that's when you can bring that feeling to whatever it is you do. And you're much more likely to attract better circumstances, better friends, better this, better that, better job, because you're bringing that kind of energy, and that energy has a power to it. And you attract similar kinds of frequencies and energies. So just have a think about that. there's a very big difference between what's going on internally and externally, and you are valuable.